Hello everyone, welcome back to Anonymous World. Hope you are doing well. So today is December 10th and day 10 of Advent of Cyber third edition is out. So let's see what's in day 10. Okay, so day 10 is networking. Offensive is the best defense. So first let's start our machine. And also I will start my attack box. You can use your VMware. Okay, so now let's see. Okay, so Skid is trying to discover how the attackers managed to penetrate the network and cause damage to the best possible company's infrastructure. So he decided to start doing a security assessment of her systems to discover how Grinch Enterprises managed to cause this damage. She started by conducting a security assessment of her systems to discover how Grinch Enterprises managed to cause this damage and wonders what services they exploited. Again, Grinch Enterprises. Okay, so before Skiddy starts firing up Nmap, let's review some keywords related to her task. And if you're familiar with the terms like IP address, protocol, servers, and port numbers, you can skip these three sections and start directly with the Nmap section. Okay, so first is IP address. So every host that connects to a network needs to have a logical address. So IP stands for Internet Protocol. Now we will consider Internet Protocol version 4 or IPv4. So it is made up of 4 decimal numbers ranging from 0 to 255. So some examples are given here of IP address. So here first 3 IP address in the list above are private and the last IP address is public that can be accessed by the whole internet and belongs to Cloudflare. Then 127.0.0.1 is often referred as localhost or loopback address. So by default, any packet or traffic destined to this address won't leave the host. So in Windows machine, you can type ipconfig to see your IP address. Okay, you can go through this section and try these commands. And if you want to learn more about networking, you can go through Network Fundamentals module. Now, next is protocols and servers. Okay, a server usually refers to a computer system that provides services to other clients, that is, other computers over a network. So example service can be serving web pages, delivering mails, and facilitating video conferencing, and etc. etc. So you can read all this. So some example of TCP/IP protocols are HTTP, DNS, Post Office Protocol, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, Telnet, SSH. Then we have ports. Then some common ports are given here like HTTP, HTTPS, POP3 for SSH for Telnet. Okay, let's view this in full screen first. Okay, so some common ports are given like HTTP port number 80, HTTPS uses port number 443, POP3 uses 110, SMTP uses 25, SSH 22, Telnet 23. So there are many port numbers which uses different protocols. You must remember some common protocols and their port numbers. Okay. Now we have Nmap, the tool which we will be using in today's task. So Skiddy wants to discover what the attacker learned about her hosts and servers. So she starts the attack box and start the attached virtual machine and wait for both to fully load. Okay, so our machine is ready and our attack box is also ready. So she wants to check which services she has installed on her VM. On the attack box, she opens a terminal and rushes to run a Nmap scan against a VM. She can run a very basic port scan using the command nmap-st then IP or nmap-ss followed by IP. So by default, this tool Nmap checks the 1000 most common ports, 1000 most common TCP ports. Then two TCP scan types are given, TCP connect scan. To run this scan, you need to give the flag -s capital T. So here Nmap will attempt to complete the TCP three-way handshake in order to establish a connection with each port scanned. So you can search more about TCP three-way handshake. It is an important part of networking. You must know that. Then we have TCP and Scan. You can select this scan with the -SS option. So here Nmap will not make a complete connection if the port is open. So basically in TCP and Scan, Nmap does not complete a TCP three-way handshake. So an analogy is given here to understand the difference between TCP connect scan and TCP scan. You can go through this. So now let's see. Help SCADI and run Nmap ST. How many ports are open between 1 and 100? Okay, let's copy our IP. So we need to do a TCP connect scan. Okay, let's zoom. So Nmap -ST followed by our IP. Okay, so it took less than 1 second to give our result. So we can see there are two ports open, which are 22 and 80. So it completes our first question. Now, what is the smallest port number that is open? So here smallest port number we can see is 22. Now third one, what is the service related to the highest port number you found in the first question? So highest port number is 80 and service related to this is HTTP. Now run Nmap sense scan. Did you get the same results? So first we ran Nmap TCP connect scan. Now we need to run TCP sense scan and analyze whether they both are giving same result or they are giving different result. So let's see that. Okay, sorry. Okay, so you can see they both gave the same result. So this was TCP connect scan and this was TCP sense scan. So they gave us both. They both gave us the same result. So we can enter here Y. Okay, cool. Now, if you want Nmap to detect the version info of the services installed, you can use -sv flag. So Nmap uses -sv flag to determine the version of the services installed on our VM. So Nmap uses many flags. SV is one of them. You can use man Nmap to see the manual of this particular tool. Man stands for manual. So you can basically type man Nmap. So you can see it gives all the it is basically a guide of Nmap. You can see a description of Nmap is given, synopsis is given, like how you can run this tool, and an example is also given there. Then see host discovery, flags are given. SL is for list scan, SN is for ping scan, then scan techniques, SS, ST, SA, TCP scan, connect scan, UDP scan. So basically every flag which are used in Nmap are given here. You can open this and read it. So let's get back to our question. So Nmap, then our flag, then our IP. Okay, it's 37. Okay, so our result is out. So you can see there is one more column now. So now we can see the version of both SSH and HTTP service. So what is the version number of the web server? We need to give the answer of the web server. So it's Apache HTTPD 2.4.49. Let's copy this. Okay. Now, by checking the vulnerabilities related to the installed web server, you learn that there is a critical vulnerability that allows path traversal and remote code execution. Now you can tell Skiddy that Grinch Enterprises used this vulnerability. What is the CV number of vulnerability that was solved in version 2.4.51? Okay, so let's see this link. Okay, fixed in Apache HTTP server 2.4.51. Okay, so a path traversal and a remote code execution was in Apache HTTP server 2.4.49 and 2.4.50, which was incomplete fix of CV 2021 41773. Okay, so CV 2021 42013. This CV is related to version 2.4.51. Let's try this. Okay, so we got that. So in this CV, the vulnerability was solved. Now you are putting the pieces together and have a good idea of how your web server was exploited. Skiddy is suspicious that the attacker might have installed a backdoor. So she asks us to check if there is some service listening on an uncommon port that is outside of the most common 10,000 ports. She explains that adding -p1 -65535 or -p- will scan all the TCP ports instead of only scanning the most common 1,000 ports. So what is the port number that appeared in the results now? So instead of scanning top 10 top 1000 ports, now we need to do a full scan. We need to scan every 65,535 ports. So we can do that by nmap -p followed by our IP. Okay, let's wait for the result.
6 hours later.
Okay, so full port scan takes time. Let's see what's in the hint. If the scan takes more than a few minutes, consider using nmap with the option uh, TCP connect scan port 20,000 to 21,000 and T4. So here port 20,000 to 21,000 limits the scan ports between 20,000 to 20,000, 21,000, while T4 makes nmap aggressive and increase the speed. Okay, either you can do a full scan, which will take too much time, or you can just try this because it limits our ports. So earlier it will in full port scan it will scan all 65,535 ports, while here it will scan only 1,000 ports. So either you can wait or try this. We won't stop this. Let it be running. Okay, let's try this nmap. Then TCP connect scan. Then we need to give port, which is 20,000 to 21,000. Then our IP. See, it didn't take even half second. It gave the result in 0.33 seconds. So the uncommon port is 20,212, which we are looking for. Okay, we are good to go. Okay, so what is the name of the program listening on the newly discovered port? So again, we can use our SV flag to do that. So you can type nmap sv. Then you can just scan this particular port by giving -p 20212 followed by our IP. Let's see. Okay, so again, result came under 1 second. So so telnet is running on this particular port. Let's try telnet. Okay. Let's try telnet D. Okay, so that was the correct answer. So if you would like to learn more about the topics covered in today's task, we recommend checking out the network security module. So can refer the network security module for understanding more about networks. So let's complete this. So this full port scan is still running. You can wait for it, and you can go through manual of the Nmap and try different flags and see what results comes, and you can compare them. So that's all for this video. I will see you tomorrow in day 11.